How you guys doing? Welcome to Indoor Hydroponics. I'm John, your indoor hydroponic test dummy in my outside garden here, more specifically in a wheelbarrow. Okay, and in here is some grass clippings that I bagged up from the front yard mow, and I have dumped in a 5-gallon bucket of leftover potting soil that I grew my broccoli, and it was root bound, broke it up, mixed it up, and this stuff is getting super hot. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it in here to see how long it'll take just to break down in this wheelbarrow bucket. See, here's some of that. See that? It was all root brown, broken up type of thing. So what I'm going to try to do is kind of re-energize some leftover soil here, see how long it takes, and maybe we can get some, I don't know, some fall lettuces or something growing on in some new pots with this stuff. It looks like it's going to take a long time at this point. This is day 2, and this stuff is really hot, so I'm going to be turning it every other day probably to keep that biology going, keep stuff eating in it. So keep tuning back. I'm going to continue adding more potting soils, root bound potting soils to this as needed as I start harvesting my spring grow that's about finished up here. Today is July 6, 2015. Let's see how long it takes to get into some of this black gold stuff here. Just going to leave it outside and see how long it takes. Alright guys, it's been approximately 5 days. This has been sitting in there. I've turned it once. Let's see what we got going on in here. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. It's like ashy in the middle because it's so hot. I love that. That means it's working out really good. Look at that. Another head of broccoli harvested. So now let's add some of that potting soil in the form of this container in there, and we'll kind of charge it back up. That's right. And now we mix. We're approximately 8 days into the process right now of wheelbarrow composting. Okay, so we took those grass clippings. What I have done over the last 8 days is I've harvested my broccoli in 3 5-gallon containers, and I have been slowly incorporating that into there. There is approximately 15 gallons of used container, root-bound container soil mixed in with the grass clippings and a little bit of coffee type of thing. So now let's get in here, take a look at it, and I think we can kick it up a notch. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is turning into black goodness. It's being reinfused with the nutrients from the grass clippings, and I think at this point, really, in a few days or so, this would be perfectly fine to put back into some containers and start growing something pretty much organically. So like I said, I think I want to just kind of kick it up a notch because I have some stuff laying around. So I got some stuff on hand to add some extra nutrition into this, and it's pretty much organic. So this is that Garden Tone organic type fertilizer here. It's got a nutrient content of 344, but what's big on this is it's got calcium, and I want to infuse some calcium into here, especially if I'm going to try to grow like some tomatoes or something like that. So I'm going to add a few handfuls of that. And again, I have this laying around. I wouldn't make a special trip to buy this stuff. So the pile is getting to the point where it's not heating up very much anymore. Most of the nutrient has been absorbed and used. And so what I want to do is I want to add some of these used coffee grounds that I can get, I pick up free from the store type of thing. And what that'll do is it'll add nitrogen and heat the pile back up one more time, okay? And that will make sure everything is good and composted in short order. The last thing I'm going to do, and I could dilute this stuff down, but I'm going to add a little bit of this molasses and kind of kickstart the bacteria to start feeding. So I'm just going to kind of slowly trickle some of this in here. I'm not going to dilute it or water it down or anything like that. And as I mix this over the next few days, it'll disperse it throughout the mixture. Here we are 2 weeks later, man, and we have some really, really good stuff going on in here, okay? So I did keep this out of the rain, kept it under a tree type of thing, and now I think it's time to reload and grow something. So let's start filling up some pots. Okay, it's getting late and the mosquitoes are coming out, but I've got all 5 of these potted up with our 2-week compost here. It's been obviously recharged, got some more nutrients in it, and I think it's going to hold really good water. So I think what better way to use container soil than by growing herbs, because I have not planted any herbs this year, guys. And in terms of cost, herbs are very expensive to buy in the store, so it's very prudent to grow them when you can in the summer. So these were late in the season, got them at the nursery for $1 a piece. That's the perfect time to plant some herbs. What do I got here? I've got some parsley, chives, a couple of dill plants, and some rosemary, because we all in the family here enjoy those types of herbs. Wow, they are out in full force right now. Let's get these planted up, watered down, and so I can get inside. Holy cow, guys, I cannot tell you the mosquitoes this year up in Michigan. They are unbelievable. I like to garden at night because it's peaceful and quiet and cooler. But holy cow, it has been unbelievable. So let me get these watered up. I'm going to put them on the shelf where I had my cabbages this year, which we ended up getting 12 pounds of red cabbage grown in containers. So that was pretty cool. And these are going to replace the cabbages on the deck. Alright, I can't take it anymore. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please like, subscribe, comment when you can, and let's come back in a few weeks and see if this compost ends up killing these herbs right here. As always, thanks, guys. Bye.